A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone present here today. A very warm welcome to Old Passion Singapore, Malaysia Global. My name is Jeannie Tan, your host today. Old Passion was formed in November 2020 and run by a group of dedicated host team members. We had our first proud webinar on the 23rd of September 2021, and our first public webinar was on the 30th of September 2021 under the mentorship of Dr. Bill Williams. We meet on every Thursday. The mission of Old Passion is to ignite passion for humanity, to nurture mindset and leadership for passion and Oblast, and to form passion groups for good causes. And of course, today we have our speaker, and she needs no introduction as we all know her so well. She is our mentor who has been consistently coming here to mentor us and to give us all her nuggets. And before I invite Dr. Tunishai Ford tonight, I would like to pass the next segment to our dear sister, Mabel Chan.
Yes, thank you.
Mabel.
Thank you. And I'm going to play the video created by Kumaran, one of our host team. Here we go. And that would be this one.
This is just the beginning. I'm very happy how it came out. Nothing like we planned, but it was perfect.
We go to the top with the Philippines. We go to the top with the Netherlands.
Singapore.
We go Singapore.
Absolutely. We are in Singapore. We'll make a show of it. Yeah.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, indeed.
See you at the top.
See you at the top. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Appreciate you.
Greetings to my Singapore, Malaysia family. Welcome to another Old Passion webinar. Today on Thursday, June 12th, 2025 at 9 o'clock p.m. Singapore, Malaysia time and 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My topic is 8 strengths to display while going through a wilderness experience. I hope this message will inspire you and give you insight on how to navigate through tough times. Enjoy and God bless.
Okay. Let me stop share. And let me come back and to introduce our speaker. And let me just a minute to also share her books. Can you see her books? Yeah, that's good. And these are the books written by our speaker today, by Dr. Tunishai Ford. And she is our life coach in Old Passion in Singapore, Malaysia. And she has her own talk show, training, transforming people's life, empowering people, teaching life skills. And these are the 4 books that she has written. The first one, taking what they call the hurts. Just a minute, let me get the books. Yeah, missing the hugs, but not the hurts. Taking control of your life from the inside out, the spirit in you, and then this is a comma in your life, not a period. We are so glad that she is here coaching us every month. She has her own, she has a online magazine called Discovering You magazine. It's free and I encourage everyone to subscribe online. The link will be posted in the chat for us to click and then subscribe and be in touch with what Dr. T is doing. We are so grateful Dr. T is with us every month. We really appreciate you, Dr. T. And today's topic is 8 strengths to display while going through a wilderness experience. So, Dr. T, the platform is yours. Take as long as you need. And let me stop share and come back to the screen. Dr. T, thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world.
Yes.
Blessings to all of you. It's good to see you all. I see we have a full house today.
Yes, yes.
See, my goodness. Oh my goodness, 61 people.
61.
Oh my. That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. As Dr. Derek would say, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm elated to be here. I tell you all the time, and I mean this from the heart. I really enjoy being on this platform. I really do because it's so homey here, and you are so friendly and you're just so inviting, and I love that. I love the atmosphere that you all create week after week, and especially when I'm here with you. So it makes it easy for me to share from my heart. So I really do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. And this message that I'm going to share with you today is very important, especially right now. And John, I just want you to know I hear you. I hear you. I was on mute. I was off camera, but I was listening to you as I was making my little drink, my morning drink, and I was listening to you, and I said to myself, I understand. I understand. And so I believe that the message that I'm getting ready to share with you all today will be very befitting. And I hope, John, that this message will be a blessing to you. And I really do, because I am the first partaker, because I'm letting you know right now, Dr. T is very transparent. I believe we're all family. We all go through tough times. We all experience things that we wish we didn't have to experience. But life is life. As they say, life happens. So, John, you're in one of those life happening moments. Okay? So, hang on, John. Help is on the way.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you. Help is on the way, John. It's going to be okay. It's going to be
Thank
okay.
God.
All is well. All is well, John. All is well. So my topic today, again, as Mabel said, is the 8 strengths to display while going through a wilderness experience. Now I know you all have heard the term. I'm going through a wilderness experience. I'm in my wilderness experience. And so, where did that come from? Where did that expression come from? Think about this. For those of you who are familiar with the Bible, you know that the book of Exodus, which is a very long book, and it talks about a journey that a group of people, a nation, had to take to get to their promised land, to get to their destiny, to get to that which God has promised them for their purpose. But it was a wilderness that God took them through. He took them through a wilderness. But one of the things I realized, and I believe that God gave me this revelation, he spoke to me, a couple of weeks ago. I was sharing this with Tony, and I said, Tony, I believe that God spoke to me and put this in my heart. I thought about the wilderness experience. And he spoke to me, he said, Tunishai, he said, everyone will go through a wilderness, but it doesn't have to be a long wilderness experience. He said, you dictate how long you stay in the wilderness. Let me say that again. You are determined. Everyone on this platform, 61 people plus, you are determined how long you stay in the wilderness. I want you to ponder on that for a minute. I'm not rebuking you. This is not a rebuke. I didn't come here to hurt anybody's feelings, to correct anyone. I came to exhort you. I came here to encourage you and to let you know that no matter what you're going through, and this is for me too, I'm the first partaker. This is for Tunishai Ford. I'm the first partaker of this message. No matter what you're going through, there are strengths that you can adopt to go through whatever you are going through, just like the children of Israel. See, they made a lot of mistakes. I don't know if you are aware of this, for those of you who are familiar with Exodus. But when they came out of Egypt, when God finally delivered them from Egypt, they were in the wilderness. It was supposed to be a 3-day journey, John. A 3-day journey from where they left to go to Canaan, the promised land. It was supposed to be a 3-day journey. But it took them 40 years. For those of you who did not know that, 40 years. Because they wandered around in circles. Why? Because they murmured and complained. They were rebellious. They were cutthroat. They were disrespectful. They didn't honor God. They didn't appreciate God. They did not appreciate their leaders. We can go on and on and on. And most of the people who left Egypt, they died in the wilderness. They didn't even get a chance to experience the best that God had for them. And we are not going to go through that. We are not going to miss our promise. We're not. We are not going to miss out on that our Canaan experience, where God has given us all to experience that milk and honey experience, the abundance, prosperity, peace of mind, good health. We're not going to miss out on that. Why? Because we're going to learn to adopt these strengths that I'm getting ready to share with you all today. Again, we all go through a wilderness, but you are the one who determines how long you stay in it. So I believe that when I share these particular attributes or strengths, if you take them to heart and you apply them to your life, I believe that, I'm not saying that you're not going to go through anything. You will go through. But as my father used to always say, you're going to come out smelling like a rose. Smelling like a rose. I'm pretty sure many of you have heard that expression. You come out smelling like a rose. And that's my intent today, to share with you how to come out smelling like a rose. So the first one, if you're taking notes, the first strength that I want to share with you all today is you want to have resilience When you're going through your wilderness experience, when you're in the wilderness, when your back is against the wall, when you don't see a way out, when you feel discouraged, when you want to throw in the towel, you want to adopt the strength of resilience and not have resentment. Don't harbor resentment. Why me? Why do I have to go through this? This is taking too long. How many of you have been there? This is taking too long. I prayed. I fast. I'm doing everything right. Why is it taking so long, God? That's what the children of Israel did. Wait a minute. I mean, he provided all their needs and they were still ungrateful. They didn't have the resilience. They want everything to be handed to them. They want everything to be hunky-dory. We've got to get out of that mindset. So if you want to come through that wilderness experience smelling like a rose, as my father would always say, then you need to adapt the strength of being resilient. Be strong. Hold on. Hang on in there. Hold on to that strength that you have and be resilient and stop being resentful. Why not you? Why not you? Because I believe that when you go through situations, when you go through trials and tribulations, I've always tell people this, it's either to teach you a lesson or to give you a blessing. Sometimes it's both. God is trying to teach you a lesson to take you to a higher height, and he's also trying to bless you. Because oftentimes, if we stay in a situation and we don't come out right, I always talk about tests. God gives us tests. He's testing us not to hurt us, but to make us stronger. He's a God that deals with character. He wants to make sure that, when we have our birth date, we have the end date, that hyphen in between, that's the process. And through that process, he's making us over. He's the potter, we're the clay. He's making us over so that we can get to the other side, so we can enjoy in peace, in harmony, what he has for us. Because many of us, if God gave us what he really wanted to give us, we would blow it. We would blow it. We would forfeit it because it's like, okay, you're not even ready for that. You want me to give you all these things, but you can't even handle that. So let me see you go through this. Okay, too much is given, too much is required. So let me see you go through this. Don't be resentful, but have resilience. And then you'll see yourself on the other side. And you'll see yourself being at peace, being harmonious, and then you have yourself and fulfilling your purpose. And this is all he wants for us. So number one, have resilience over resentment. Number two, this is very, very important if you're taking notes. Embrace change. Embrace change. Don't fear it. And this is one of the things that the children of Israel, I'm going to always be referring back to Exodus, the children of Israel. They did not like change. Now they thought they wanted change. They were in Egypt in bondage. They became so used to someone telling them when to get up, when to eat, when to go to bed, when to do whatever, that when they had the freedom, when all of their needs are being supplied, they had a problem with that. They were uncomfortable with that. What's going on right now in your life, whatever you're going through, it's about embracing a change. Because by embracing a change, then you'll be able to understand all the little golden nuggets that God is trying to give to you. Don't fear it. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but us power, love, and a sound mind. And when you're fearful, that means you don't trust. And when you're fearful, that means you're going to hold yourself back from really experiencing the blessings that he has for you. So when you're going through a wilderness experience, that means that change is coming. And that means he wants you to embrace it. Hold on to it. See that glass as being half full and not half empty. See yourself going to the other side. Put a smile on your face and say, okay, whatever you want to do, I can do this. I can do this. I can embrace this change. I'm not taking fear with me. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to take fear with me. I'm going to embrace this and I'm going to change. And I want to make sure that when I come on the other side, I'll be the better person for it. So number two, embrace change. Don't fear change. I know it may feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying it's not going to feel uncomfortable. It will feel uncomfortable. But in your uncomfortability, what God is trying to do right now, he's trying to make you comfortable. You got to be uncomfortable to become comfortable. You have to go through to get to. You have to go be at the bottom so that you can look up and see the top. So these are all things we need to do if we're going to get through our wilderness experience. So number 2, embrace change. Don't fear it. Number 3, the power of positive outlook. Wow, that's a challenge. And I know it. That's a challenge. And I like what you said, John. I heard you. You said, you know what? I'm going through this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna find a place. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm going to do this. And I like that. I like that, John. And I'm gonna refer to you a lot if you don't mind, John. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I'm using you as an example because I want you to know I heard you and I understand. But with your mouth, you said, I am going to do this. I'm gonna do it. You're gonna either like Mr. Aspenfire always, I'm either gonna do it or I'm gonna die. I'm too old to fail. I'm not 40 years old and I got all the time in the world. No, I don't have all the time in the world. So I've got to make this work. So right now I've got to start here between my ears. Right here, it starts right here in my mind. I have to have a positive outlook. All right, you have to have a positive outlook. When you are going through something, you have to be optimistic. Again, you must be optimistic. That's another area where do you see the glass being half full or do you see it being half empty? Perception is reality. What is your perception? Remember one thing. Whatever you are going through, there's somebody out there who's going through something worse than you. There's somebody going through something worse than you, I promise you. So when you wake up in the morning, you want to say, this is going to be a great day. I don't care if it's raining, snowing, hailing, whatever it is doing outside, it should not impact what's going on the inside of you. And while you're walking through your wilderness experience, you want to, hey, put a big smile on your face. Hey, I got this. With God on my side, how can I fail? Remember, you're accepted in the beloved. And if he's for you, who could be against you? He is your teammate. Make him the captain. Don't, in other words, you stop driving. Let him drive. If you're driving, that means he's following you. And that don't work. Let me tell you that right now. It doesn't work him following you. If he's not trying to follow your plan. You need to follow his plan. So let him have the driver's wheel. Let him have the wheel. I'm going to say that again. Let him have the wheel and follow him. Okay? Follow him. And you'll come out on the other side. And that all comes from having a positive outlook when you know that you have the best teammate, that you have the best captain who's leading the way. He's not going to let you fail. If he brought you this far, then why would he leave you at this point? He's not. He's not. So number 3, whatever you're going through, if you're going through this wilderness experience, I want you to begin to see the glass as being half full, not half empty. Perception is your reality. Your perception of how things are, that's your reality. So that means you have to change your perception. Therefore, you'll change your reality. So number 3, the power of positive outlook. Number 4, and you hear me say this all the time. All the time. Number 4, be grateful. Be grateful. Dr. T, what do I have to be grateful for? You don't understand my situation. I don't want to understand your situation. I don't need to understand your situation. Be grateful. Every morning, there's 61 people on this platform right now. That means you all woke up. You all woke up. That's number 1. Number 1, you woke up. That's what you need to be grateful for. I woke up, and I hope that you all woke up in your right mind. It took some thought to be able to get on this webinar, to maneuver and get into Zoom it took some thought, some process. It took some thought. That means you're all intelligent. You're not stupid. So you got that. That's number 2. You got that going for you. Hopefully you're all in good health. You're all in good health. I don't see you all on a respirator. Everybody's on this Zoom, so I'm going to assume that you're not on a respirator. Okay, so that's number 3. I can go on and on and on the things that you all right now we have in common to be grateful for. But I want you to come up with your own things that you should be grateful for. Be grateful. Have gratitude over grievance. Don't be grievous. Be grateful. I heard this. I heard the story years ago. My mother used to tell me that. She said, there was a man who complained because he didn't have any shoes until he saw someone who didn't have any feet. And he realized how he should have a different attitude. He realized that he was truly blessed because, hey, you know what? If you have feet, you can get some shoes. But if you don't have feet, you don't need shoes. You need to, you understand where I'm going with that? So he saw a man who had no shoes, no feet. I'm sorry, had no feet. And he stopped complaining about not having any shoes. And that's where we all are. I promise you, if you look around, if you keep focused, if you listen to the news, if you stay in tune with what's going on in the world, you'll realize you have a lot to be grateful for. You have a lot to be grateful for. So have an attitude of gratefulness. Be grateful and not grievous. Don't complain. Stop complaining about certain things. Begin to thank God for your life. Begin to thank God that you have lights on, that you have heat, that you have running water. There are people who don't even have running water that you can eat. It may not be caviar and steak every day, but I'm pretty sure if you open up your refrigerator, you can eat food. There's food in there. There are people who have nothing to eat, absolutely nothing to eat. You could be in Gaza. You could be in the Middle East. You could be where they're fighting. You could be where there are wars. You could be there. It could be you. So if you want to come through that wilderness experience, have an attitude of gratefulness and don't be grievous. Number 4, gratitude over grievance. Number 5, this is the time to start really displaying your inner strength. When you're in a wilderness experience, this is going to show you what you're truly made of. What are you made of? This is the time for you to really start displaying who you are, your inner strength and your self-belief. You don't have to rely on external validations. They don't determine your self-worth. You don't need those external validations. All you need to do is look inside yourself. That's where your validation lies, inside you. Everything that you have to overcome, God has given you the tools to overcome them. He is not going to put any more on you than you can bear. He's not going to put you through a test or trial that he knows that you're going to fail. He doesn't set you up to fail. So therefore, rely on that inner strength. Look inside yourself and say, listen, I've got this. I can do this. And remind yourself, you've been through trials and tribulations before. This is not your first rodeo. Many of you are probably most of you are over 40, 50. So if you're over 40 or 50 years of age, you've been through some things. And you're still here. You're still here. So what? This is just another trial and tribulation. It may be a little darker, it might be a little stronger, but whatever it is, begin to rely on that inner strength and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and believe in the God that's in you. And when you believe in your inner strength and rely on that inner strength, you will come through your wilderness experience. I say again, I'm not saying that you won't have a wilderness experience. You are going to have one. It's inevitable. But again, like I said in the beginning, you are the one who determines how long you stay in the wilderness. Don't allow a 3-day journey to take you 40 years to come through. Let me say that again. Don't allow a short journey. God may intend for what you're going through to be short. Might be a couple of days, it might be a couple of weeks, maybe it's a couple of months. That's short compared to several years. Learn the lesson that he's trying to teach you. Get quiet. So, okay, God, I'm in this situation. What are you trying to teach me? What lesson am I supposed to be learning through this? And when you learn that, and when you get to that point where you begin to listen, then that wilderness experience will not be so hard. You'll be able to whistle and skip your way through it. So number 5, rely on your inner strength and belief. Number 6, now this might be a tough one for a lot of people, but it's very, very important. I know a lot of people don't want to do this, but it's important. You must have the ability to seek help. Seek help. There's a common misconception that seeking help is a sign of weakness. But in reality, it takes courage and strength to admit that you need help and to ask for it. Let me say that again. It takes a lot of courage and strength to admit that you need help and ask for it. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily going to a relative, or somebody to telling all your business who doesn't care about you. I'm talking about if you need professional help. It may be counseling. It may be some resources that may give you money. It may be sources that may give you food. Whatever you may be going through. I know in America, I can't speak for other countries, but I know in America, we have a lot of resources. We do. We have a lot of resources. And unfortunately, we don't always use them. I want to tell you a very sad story. This is a true story, a true story. Where I live in Michigan, our major city is Detroit. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of Detroit, Michigan, which is a major city in Detroit. There was a young woman, a mother. She was a single mom, and I think she had 4 children, and she was homeless. Now let me tell you this: in America, they have homeless shelters all over. They have warming centers. They have resources. You can go to a police station. You can go to a fire station. There's all kind of resources that you can go and get help for your children. This woman was homeless, and she would go and park her van in they had a casino, a casino in the parking complex. She parked her car there and left the children in the vehicle by themselves while she went and did whatever she was doing for hours. And when she came back, her baby, and I think the 2 or 3-year-old was dead because she left the motor running, carbon monoxide and poisoning. They died. They died senselessly. She could have, if she needed help, and even when when the story came out, they asked her, "Why didn't you go get help?" "Oh, I didn't want to bother anybody." "Well, why didn't you go to the father's family?" "Oh, I didn't want to bother anybody." "Why didn't you take the children to the police station?" "Why didn't you go to a shelter?" "Oh, I didn't think of that." Do you understand? 2 babies dead. 2 babies dead, innocent, because a mother was too prideful or whatever, or stupid, whatever you want to call her, to go and ask for help. To go and ask for help. Whatever you're going through, and maybe, I don't know how it is in other countries, maybe you all have a resource center, or maybe it might be a relative, maybe it might be a friend. Open up your mouth. I tell Tony all the time, if you need something, don't sit there and be suffering. Come and let me know that. If I'm your friend, I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to be on my way. That's all of us. But sometimes we just have so much pride, we don't want to bother anybody. Oh, everybody has their own set of problems. Oh, I don't want to bother anybody. They have their own problem. They don't need to be trying to be bothered with me. Wrong attitude. And then you find yourself being in more hot water. You find yourself being deeper and deeper in trouble. Why? Because you did not seek the help when you could have. And by the time it's all said and done, it's too late to get help. Like the young lady who lost those babies. It's too now they have all these people riding around her. She got a new house, all this stuff. But the babies are dead. She will never forget though. Those 2 babies are gone forever. I don't care how they gave her a mansion. She'll never bring those babies back because of her negligence and the lack of asking for help. So number 6, when you're going through a wilderness experience, whatever you're going through, seek professional help. Ask for help. You'll be surprised how many people will rally around you and help. Everybody's not self-centered. Everybody's not selfish. There are people who God wants to assign to you that will be willing to help you. So keep that in mind. Number 6, have the ability to seek help. Number 7, we're almost finished. Number 7, having flexibility in the face of adversity. Having flexibility in the face of adversity. When life doesn't go as planned, and I promise you it won't, it's easy to become rigid and resistant. But those who face tough times, their wilderness experiences without complaint, often display an admirable flexibility. Okay? They understand that life is unpredictable and that sometimes plans need to change. How many of you understand that sometimes plans need to change? Not about your plan all the time. Sometimes plans need to change. Remember I talked about it a little earlier. Sometimes God wants to reposition you so that he can put you in a better position. But if you're resisting and you're not flexible, then what's going to happen? You're going to stay in the same situation and it's going to get worse. Hey, John, maybe God wants you to move. No, seriously, maybe God is saying, I'm going to give you a better place, something better, something that will be beyond your wildest imagination. And it's going to be exactly in your price range, and you're going to love it. But you need to be flexible. And I think that you're there, John. You're flexible. You say, okay, I'm throwing my hands up, I'm gonna give in, and I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna move. But I want you to do it with the right attitude. I want you to understand that good things are coming your way, not bad good things are coming your way, and we all have to have that attitude. Be flexible to change. Because when you're flexible to change, it reduces stress and it enables you to find solutions that may not always be apparent. But when you realize that you're not going to hold on to the original plan, God can move you and position you where you need to be. So number 7, have flexibility in the face of adversity. Be willing to be flexible. Be willing to be moved. Be willing to be changed. Be willing to be to be maneuvered. And when you do that, you'll go through this wilderness experience, as my father always says, smelling like a rose. And last but not least, and I always talk about this too. Number 8, having compassion for other people. What? Dr. T, you don't know what I'm going through. I don't have time to have no compassion for somebody else. You don't know what I'm going through. Nope. Have compassion for others. I think perhaps the most remarkable strength of those who are facing hardship are those people that can have compassion and empathy for other people. Despite their struggles or losses, they have the ability to empathize and show kindness. They understand that everyone is fighting their own battles. Of course we are. Some are visible and some are hidden. But they understand, though, that when you have compassion, that gives you drive. When you can take your eyes off of you for a minute and look at somebody else, it's like, wow. It kind of gives you a sense of purpose while you're going through your own trials and tribulation. When you can focus on someone else for a minute, it gives you a sense of purpose. It gives you a reason to get up in the morning. It gives you a reason to thrive because you're not just focusing on you. And when you're doing that, that gives God an opportunity to work on your issue because you no longer have your hand in it. Because if you're helping somebody else, that means your hand is not in your situation. That means that God can start moving now and manipulating things for you. That's the advantage of that. And let me just share this with you. I was in Bible study yesterday and we were talking about compassion. And I wanted to share this with you. The word compassion comes from a Latin word called compati. C-O-M-P like Paul, A-T-I-I, compati. And it means to suffer with. That's what the word compassion means. The Latin word compassion means compati or to suffer with. And it means action, love in action. When you operate in compassion, that means that you operate in love. It's love in action. Compassion. Love in action. Compassion is an action word. It's not passive. It's an action word. That means you can see the end result. That means that it's tangible. That means that you can see the outcome when you operate in compassion. So we all want to be able to operate in that love, in that compassion, in that action. Remember, and when it means to suffer with, that means that you're relating to that person. You're empathizing with that person. So that means to suffer with, that means you are being empathetic. Okay, like that person who didn't have any shoes. Maybe somebody can see that person and say, look, I have all these shoes I'm not wearing. I'm going to collect them and give them to that man with no shoes. And maybe even the person that had no feet. Maybe he might run into a doctor, might be going through something and say, look, I can give you some feet. I know how to do that. Whatever it may be. But when you operate in compassion for others and take your eyes off of your situation, when you do that, again, that gives God an opportunity to work on your behalf. Why? Because your hands are no longer on your issue because you're helping somebody else. There's a neighbor that I have. I may have shared this with you before. I know I shared it with Deep Dive. There's an elderly couple. They're in their 80s, their mid 80s. The woman has dementia, and the man, he's bright, but he's very feeble. He's very weak, and the son lives far away. He's about 100 miles away from where his parents live. And so the neighbors here in my condo complex, we help out as much as possible. And I'm probably the one that helps out the most because we have a good relationship. So I go down there and help clean, wash clothes, give him company when he has to go to an appointment. I'll sit with the wife who has dementia. And, that means the world to him. Sometimes I just sit down and watch a movie. We watch TV together. That means the world. And I'm saying that because Dr. T has her own set of issues. If I stand here right now and just really articulate what I'm going through, you will say, wow, you're carrying a lot, Dr. T. And I am. But when I take my eyes off of me and help someone that's less fortunate, or like an elderly couple, they can't do anything for themselves. Right now, the man is in the hospital. He had to have surgery. He's in the hospital. And so his son had to travel 100 miles to come down here to see about his dad. But the point that I'm trying to make is that when you focus on someone else and take your mind off of you, and allow God to operate and maneuver and manipulate your situation when you're going through that wilderness experience. When you come out, you'll be the better person for it. So, number 8, compassion for others. Allow me to do a recap. Again, we're talking about the 8 strengths to display when you're going through a wilderness experience. If you're taking notes, number 1, you want to have resilience and not resentment when you're going through it. Number 2, start embracing change. Stop trying to fear it. Don't fear change, embrace it. Number 3, the power of positive outlook. Is the glass half empty or is it half full? Perception is your reality. Number 4, be grateful. Don't be grievous, but be grateful. Number 5, depend on your inner strength and self-belief. Number 6, have the ability to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's strength. It's not a sign of weakness to say, I need help. I can't do this by myself. So number 6, have the ability to ask for help. Number 7, be flexible in the face of adversity. And last but not least, number 8, have compassion for others. And I believe with all my heart, and like I said to you earlier, this message is for Dr. T. I am the first partaker. I believe that when you apply or when you adopt these 8 strengths as you're going through your wilderness experience, you'll get to your promised land. You'll see the changes. You'll see your growth. You'll begin to walk in your purpose and you'll be a better person. And as my father would always say, you'll come out smelling like a rose. Hey, I'm Dr. T, and thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. T. Wow, that's a powerhouse. I'm, I'm taking a lot of notes each
Yeah.
time you come on, Dr. T.
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, I
Thank you.
see 2 hands. I have Sister Antoinette and then Brother John.
Again, good morning, everyone. And Dr. T, outstanding, incredible presentation message. As you were going through, I thought about all the things that I had I had gone through in growing up and young adulthood and all of that. And everything that you spoke of, I had to learn and am continuously learning, but it all got me through a lot, not having resentment, but resilience and embracing change, because I had on a number of occasions been so afraid of change, because we get in that safe place. We get in our safe place, and when God wants to change the script, so to speak, we're afraid of what we don't know. And a lot of times when we come out of our fear, we realize that it was the best thing for us. And in encouraging John, I had recently moved, and I lived in this complex for 5 years, and it was a miserable place. It was one thing after another from the start, and they were changing up managers, and the last manager and I didn't quite click. So she made it hard. And I told T, I think she did something illegal. And as a result, I had to decide to move. And my health was being affected even because of the conditions. But long story short, I was afraid at first. I wanted to stay in spite of, because that was a familiar place. And although it wasn't the best place to be for me, it was just the point of change that frightened me and that was keeping me there. But once I said, no, no, I'm not going to be afraid. And when I said, okay, Lord, how do I handle this? And everything just fell into place. It was the smoothest move. I found a place that was much less than where I stayed, and it's much better, more room, from a 1 bedroom to a 2, and more manageable. And so I am very happy where I'm at. Um, uh, it's 100% better. And when I came out of that fear. And so I thank God for the message that you gave, Dr. T. I could go on and on, but we don't have that type of time. And I have to be mindful of everyone else's time. So thank you again. You're a treasure. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Antoinette. Thank you. Okay, Brother John, I see your finger there.
Yes, my finger. I'm getting rid of the lower hand. Yeah, lower my hand. Yeah, okay. Yes, well, of course, I have to come on and speak because being part of the examples that Dr. T made today, and of course, I brought that up on my own. Now, I must say, I don't go to all the places. I'm in a lot of places, and I'm very involved with many of our groups in our business, and I don't tell them anything like I've even said here. And of course, I don't even tell you folks every detail of what my situation is. But for whatever reason, I feel comfortable, as long as I've been here, and I love you all, and I feel like it's family. And I actually brought it up in the first place weeks ago because I feel comfortable. Of course, I'm not going to, like I say, give every detail, but I feel comfortable. So let me say, thank you, Dr. T, because of course, that's something today more specific about. Yes, I'm actually moving. They've actually made me a buyout offer. So very specifically, I'm kind of giving you a little facts about and how hard it is. But then, of course, every single point that Dr. T made for us today, I was happy to see as I took my own notes here that I'm actually already in the process of already having embraced each one of these points to some degree. And I have to be, I giggle a little bit because what's number one? What did I say to you folks when I was talking before we came on with the recording going on? I mentioned I had this thing about an invention, but I also mentioned a new business that Melanie, who's not able to be here today, but her and I are starting a little store online.
John,
What's the name of that store? Resilient Gadgets. What's the name of the little gadget that I came up with, wherever the heck it was, as I told you folks, I can't even remember. I'm embarrassed, but the whole thing is, what was the name of it? Resilient Gadgets. So the first point that Dr. T brings up to us is all about resilience. So I thought, look at that. And yes, am I being resilient? Was it on my mind? Oh, absolutely. So going from that, each one of these points, and I would just say about it, for example, about having a hard time of, well, is this really going to happen? Do I have to really make this decision? And I happen to have a few people that I trust that I have confided in with more of the details than I would even mention here, like I said. However, two gentlemen that I'll just mention. I just did a play. And again, I can say something else involved with that, with what Dr. T had mentioned. But I just did a play, and I just finished it recently. It's called Shift of Opinion. It happened to be about Israel's, in coincidence to what Dr. T mentioned to us early on, the story of Israel's exodus back to their land, their homeland. Well, also, you know, it happened, but it didn't happen even as quickly. She pointed out to us how long that took before they returned. Well, I did a play that was about the exodus of the people of Israel, Jews, back to their Zion, their homeland, which is now what we know as Israel. But you know how long it took, Dr. T? Of course, it's longer than the story of the Bible, because that did not happen until 1902 to 1920. That process of the actual move from Jews who were living all over the world where they were persecuted, as we all know, in many of the countries where the Jewish population ended up after the thousands before that, ended up in a lot of places. I'll just name one, Germany, where they certainly were persecuted there. But it wasn't until 1920 that they actually had an official Zion where people moved in masses from all these other countries back to what is their homeland today. I just had to bring that up because, you know, I did this play and it's all about that period, 1902 to 1920, and an American Jew, Jacob Shipp, who was one of the wealthiest men in America, a very powerful person. He had a lot to do with that official exodus in the 1920s, actually capped off in 1920 to their exodus back to Israel. Just mention that by total coincidence. Then also, I want to mention two gentlemen I reached out to that are like, I consider them, well, one of them I consider a mentor in my photography, which I'm a bit of a professional, but it's also an avid passion of mine. Well, this gentleman, when I told him of my situation, and another gentleman who was the director of the play I just mentioned, that I just performed in, where I got the play, actually, I mentioned you folks before, I think, Mark Twain, which is an exciting and a wonderful thing that I just finished performing. Okay, now, both of these gentlemen, when I reached out to them and told them, I'm in this situation. I know I'm probably going to have to say yes, and I have three choices. Here they are, and I told them, here's my choices that they're presenting to me, that you make this choice now, or you could be, we'll try to get you evicted. Okay, well, I told them the choices. Now, to go along with what Dr. T is telling us and all of these points here today, what did these two gentlemen do? Both of them, they don't know each other. They're not talking to me at the same time. That's what they said to me was, embrace this situation, John. You're not losing, you're winning. You hit the lottery. You're winning. They're going to give you this money, and you're going to have it to move, to change, to improve. Don't look at it as a negative thing. Make it a positive experience. All these things we just heard from Dr. T, these two gentlemen, my mentors, the director I just did in the play, the director of the play, and the gentleman who's my photography mentor, both of these, and these guys are leaders. These are very smart men. They're leaders. I respect them. What are they telling me? John, relax. I know you're uptight. I know you're having troubles, but embrace it and have a positive attitude and say, they both said to me, you win. You don't lose. You have won, not your landlord and the manager and all that. You win. Embrace it. Move on. Move forward. And like Antoinette just said, you know, it's that thing where it's like the change is good. It's going to be positive. It's going to be a good move. So I just want to say all that. Thank you. And isn't it funny how I was such a part of today's, my own situation was such a part of today's, presentation by Dr. T. Thank you, Dr. T. Excellent. And thank you, everybody, for listening to my troubles.
Thank you, Brother John. Thank you for sharing and being so open with us. We hear you, and our hearts are with you, and we will pray for you for good success. Our Lord can make it for you. Amen. All right, I see Dr. Derek is here. Dr. Derek's hand is up. Dr. Derek? Wow, welcome, welcome. Long time no see.
Peace and love. Plenty love.
Yes. Blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all the queens and all the kings in this wonderful Oh Passion Singapore, Malaysia, global nurturing mindset and leadership for passion and oh bless. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. I've been going through a few challenges. So I haven't really branched out, because my time was kind of restricted in a lot of ways, lose a lot of family members, gone horizontal, never to come back until the resurrection. So it has been a few challenges for a few. And so I just want to thank, Queen Mabel Chang, for keeping the fire ablaze, on that side of the world, on that side of the planet, because, it's a 12-hour difference, 8 p.m. a.m. night, day, because sun is bright and shining right now, on the side of the planet, and I'm sure it is moon, darkness, and stars on her side of the planet. so thank you very much, Queen Mabel Chang. Really appreciate you keeping the fire ablaze. And of course, all the other leaders here on Oh Passion Singapore, Malaysia. Thank you very much, of course, King Kumarang. He's the one that kind of keep our company in deep dive. I guess when he's going to work, he does tuning and so on, and most definitely Jeannie and Fee and all the leaders over here, John and everyone. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. That was an awesome
Always
mindset.
good.
Awesome mindset. It's the first I think I actually catch her over here in Singapore, Malaysia. All right, and oh my goodness, it seems as if the deep dive has expanded to all over the world. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Oh my goodness, I thank you for that trip down memory lane, back there in the Exodus. And yes, listen, you see, we cannot compare the two events. All right, it's two separate events. 40 years was what God wanted them to go through because of their disobedience. So, that is that. Then is then whenever that 1900 and thing it happened, right? But it's two different scenarios. God wanted to teach them a lesson because of disobedience. All right. So when you are disobedient, that is when you go through more problem, right? And I think that is my goodly. You see, I am more intimate with her. So you see, I kind of know how Dr. T speaks. You understand? Because I tell you, we go few years well now, maybe about 3 years and running. All right. So thank you very much, Queen Dr. Tunishai Ford. really appreciate your mindset, because the mindset is very important. It is of tantamount importante for everything in life. Very, you see, a lot of people think that money solve everything. No, the mindset. And that is why 90% of people that win the lotto don't have anything to show after 2-3 years. Nothing to show. Why? Because they didn't have the proper mindset. Okay? You have people that out of a clear blue sky, the stock market go down. And people end up killing themselves, jumping off a building, taking pills, committing suicide, and all of that. It's not money do that. No, it's the wrong mindset that did that. And so when we have a positive, entrepreneurial, business, successful mindset, and that is why I really, really love mindset, because mindset is the most important thing, not only in business, but in every aspect of our lives. So really and truly, I totally love whenever I hear Queen Dr. Tunishai Ford, because she get it. She really get it, and she delivers accordingly. I thank you very much, Queen Dr. Tunishai Ford. And I think I'll say another one on the screen, Queen Miriam Edwards, Mindset Monday. When a person addresses mindset, I'm telling you, that is the best point of our lives that we should concentrate on, and then the rest will fall into place. And that is why the word of God said, let this mind be in you that is also in Christ Jesus. Because if we have the right mindset, everything else will be taken care of going down the line. So let us have the humanitarian, the positive, the loving, the forgiveness type of mindset, so that we can be truly, truly wealthy. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Derek. We missed you. Come more often. Thank you for all your nuggets as well, and all the reminders to us. Thank you. Okay, we have Sister Mariam Edwards. Sister Mariam?
Good evening, good morning, and good night, everyone. It's such an honor to be on this platform, and I am here because I'm working from home today, so I have the privilege of jumping on. And what powerful words. Let me say thank you to you wonderful people who are hosting Oh Passion for Humanity, Singapore, Malaysia, Nurturing Mindset and Leadership. But a powerful mindset from Dr. T. Dr. T did it again. I would say, like Queen Debbie, you nailed it. I can say it like her, you nailed it. But just piggybacking on what she speaks about, the mindset is everything. And when you have a powerful mindset, it is so important that we always stay focused. And if we are unable to, as Dr. T says, if we are unable to see and understand, get help, seek help, because we are community beings. And just thinking about how we came together, I was sharing with one of my friends that since COVID, we have traveled maybe 200 countries, and we have now expanded our community as family. We have found some of our families that we never knew before, talking about Singaporeans, Malaysian, Canadians, so many countries, so many states in the United States that we never knew. And we came together. Why? Because of Unpassive. So we are community. we are not an island. We cannot stand alone. We need each other. And so whenever we are lacking in something, someone else can fill that gap. That's why we don't compete with each other, but we complement each other. Instead of competing and but knocking heads, we complement each other. And I'm so grateful that Dr. T shares her passion, her joy, and helping us or reminding us that we are community beings, we need each other, and together we achieve more. TEAM, together we achieve more. Thank you so much, and continue the good work in Malaysia and Singapore. We are there with you. We are all in it to win it, as Queen Laraka Shadari in her song declares. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Mariam. Thank you so much. Ah, I see Sister Debbie. Sister Debbie, over to you. Sister Debbie?
I was trying to unmute. Sorry. Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful hearing Queen Miriam, seeing Dr. Derek, but most importantly, our speaker of the day, Dr. T. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Queen Miriam already said what I should have said, but I'll still say it that you nailed it in a very, very awesome way. I know when we started, I saw 63 people, and at least they got the gist of it before running back to work. And those 39 of us who are still here, we appreciate what you're doing, and we hope you will continue to do it, because it's very inspiring to listen to someone who is sharing from her heart with her mind and soul. And you really calm down a lot of nerves. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And Sister Mabel, thank you for the platform. And everyone, Sister Jenny, Sister Faith, King Kumaran, you are the head of this household, because you and John, you're always here, rain or shine. I want to appreciate you all and thank you for always being here. And I wish you a blessed week. Back to you, Sister Jenny.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Debbie. Thank you so much. All right. Mabel, would you like to, yeah.
Yes, of course. Message touched me a lot too. And it's true, the wilderness, be it for the Israel 40 years or is our wilderness, as Dr. T says, every one of us go through wilderness and not spared. It's a matter of how long. You know, it is true what Dr. T said. It's all up to us how long you want the wilderness to be. 3 days, 1 month, 2 months, or years. Some really go it holding on so tightly, and their wilderness lasts years. So, to me, how the wilderness can be shortened is embrace change, as what Dr. T has mentioned. Embrace change, let go, and let God. Actually, really, we know very little about what life is. Know very little about the road ahead of us, know very little about tomorrow, and it may seem a dead end, but it's not if you let God lead us. You know, some of us I know may not be understand who God is, but to me is there is really a higher and more powerful hand leading us. And for that, we can let go and let God. For that, we can let go and let God. And thus, uh, uh, our plans are actually finite. Our plans are very actually the best that we can do, but God knows the future. So our wilderness can be shortened if we let go, let God, and um, to know that change can be better. It may be fearful, but it can be better. And the battle, I know we mentioned some Bible verses, but it is true. Many a times we go through, be it fear or problem, is all in our mind. It's all in our mind. So the Bible says the battle is actually all in our mind. If we can let go ahead, move, and you will find it's not so bad after all. So this is how, Dr. T is impacting me, reminding me particular. It's all up to me how long we want the wilderness to be. So thank you, Dr. T, for the night. And Jeannie, shall we ask her to help us
Yes.
close?
Yes, yes.
Thank you again. Thank you for the comments that you all made.
Mm,
I'm just so humbled and I'm just so honored again. Like I said, this message is for me. Whenever and Dr. Derek knows me, like he said, he knows. One of the things he may not know is oftentimes that when I bring a message, I always make sure that I am the first partaker. I take time to find a message that I know I can speak from my heart. I don't just choose something to be choosing it. If I deliver it, it's because I can go away from my notes and just speak from my heart because it's something that's in me or something that has to be in me at some point in my life. So again, it is inevitable. It's inevitable. We all are going to go through what they call a wilderness experience. But again, you are the one, I am the one who determines how long we stay in it. Because God's mind's like, this is not going to be a long trial if you don't make it a long trial. Like I said, the children of Israel, it was supposed to be a short trip, not real long. That was the intent. But they made it a long trip, and God had them going around in circles and circles to all the naysayers, everybody with the negativity, everybody that was disrespectful and disobedient. He let them all die off. So when they went into the promised land, there was a new remnant. There was a different generation. They were not tainted with all that poison. Don't let God take away because of your disobedience, as Dr. Derek said, because of your mindset, your negative mindset. Don't miss out on what God has for you because you were all born to fulfill a purpose. You're not just here taking up space. Remember, I talked about purpose. I said purpose. I've given this definition many, many times. I don't know if you all have written it down, but I'm going to say it again. Purpose. What is purpose? Purpose is a divine and deliberate. It's divine and deliberate mandate. It's a divine and deliberate mandate from God. We can stop right there and think about that. It's divine. That means it came from God. It's deliberate. That means he took up time to think about what he wants for your life. And it's a mandate. That means he puts a stamp of approval on it. It's not a mistake. And then he goes on to say, then it goes on to say, it glorifies God. Whatever you do in life, it needs to glorify God. Okay, and then it justifies why are you taking up space. There's a reason why you're taking up space. And then it serves mankind. So if you're walking in something that's not glorifying God, and you can't even justify why you're on this earth, you're just here doing your thing, and it's not serving anybody, you're not walking in purpose. I don't know what you're walking in, but you're not walking in purpose. And when you begin to understand that walking in purpose is a mandate that God has put a stamp of approval on, that means that you're going to go through something because he's always making this over. If you look at a person who's a potter with the clay, and it's on that spinning wheel. Sometimes it's like when the potter is molding that thing and that wheel is going around, he's shaping it, he's turning it, he's twisting it, he's molding it. And if that clay could talk, that might be a little uncomfortable. If the clay had veins and nerve endings and blood running, if it was flesh, it would probably say, "Ooh, ouch, ah, ooh," because it's being molded. And anything being molded is not always a comfortable experience.
mm,
In fact, it's not a comfortable experience. But God
mm,
will make you uncomfortable to make you comfortable. That's the end result. So when you adopt these 8 strengths, being resilient, embracing change, having a positive outlook, being grateful, relying on your inner strength, having the ability to ask for help, being flexible, and showing compassion. When you display those 8 strengths, you will come through your wilderness experience, and not a long time coming. Before you know it, you'll be out of it, and you'll be walking in your Canaan. You'll be walking in your promised land. And when that happens, like my father always says, you'll come out smelling like a rose. I'm Dr. T, and thank you so much. I really do appreciate you all, and God bless.
Thank you, Dr. T. Thank you so much. We are blessed tonight. Thank you for coaching us and mentoring us. God bless. See all of us next week. And thank you, Dr. T. God bless you and bless all of us. John, have a good week and find that place.
Yes.
Thank,
See you all. Be blessed.
thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
Be
a
you.
blessed,
great
everyone.
week, everyone.
Thank you.
Blessed. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.